Have you ever wondered how your phone recognizes your face, or how Netflix seems to know exactly what movies you like? Or maybe you have asked yourself how self driving cars figure out when to stop at traffic lights. Well, all of this and more is powered by a fascinating technology known as machine learning. It is one of the key building blocks of artificial intelligence, and today we are going to break it down for you. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of what machine learning is, how it works, and why it's such a big deal. Well, stick with me because the last few points will change the way you think about AI and you don't want to miss them. So let's start with a basic question. What is machine learning? See, machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that enables computers to learn from data and make decisions without explicitly programmed. In other words, instead of writing detailed instructions for a machine to follow, you teach it how to recognize patterns in data and let it figure out the rest. It's similar to how we learn. Think about how you might recognize a dog. So, as a child, your parents show you various pictures of dogs pointing out their characteristics. Over time, you start to recognize a dog, even if it looks different from the ones you saw before. In a similar way, machine learning algorithms use data to learn and make predictions or decisions based on that data. So there are three types of machine learning. So let's dive into these three main types of machine learning. So these are, let's start with the number one, which is called supervised learning. Now, supervised learning is the most common type of machine learning, and it is pretty much like a student being taught by a teacher. In supervised learning, the algorithm is given both the input, which is data, and the correct output, which is the answer. Now, the goal is for the algorithm to learn the relationship between the input and output so that it can predict the output for new data. For example, imagine you want to teach an algorithm to recognize emails as either spam or not spam. So you feed it a bunch of emails with the label spam or not spam, and the algorithm learns what characteristics these emails have. Now, once trained, the algorithm can classify new emails as spam or not based on the patterns it learned. So, this was supervised learning. Second is unsupervised learning. So, in unsupervised learning, the algorithm is given data but no specific labels or instructions. The goal is to find hidden patterns or structures in the data. It's like giving a student a bunch of puzzle pieces without showing them the picture on the box. The student then has to figure out how the pieces fit together. One of the most common applications of unsupervised learning is clustering. For instance, when companies analyze customer data, they might use unsupervised learning to group customers based on similar behaviors like shopping habits or browsing patterns. Now, this helps businesses personalize their marketing efforts and create targeted advertisements. So, this was second. Now, we have the third kind of learning, which is reinforcement learning. Now, reinforcement learning is a bit different. Here, the algorithm learns by interacting with an environment, just like how a child learns to ride a bike by trial and error. The algorithm receives feedback through rewards or penalties, which helps it learn the best actions to take in a given situation. Imagine a robot trying to learn how to play chess. It starts by making random moves and gets feedback based on whether those moves are good or bad. Over time, the robot learns to make better decisions, just like how a chess player improves by playing more games. So these were three types of learning. Now let's talk about how does machine learning work, right? Now that we understand the types of machine learning, let's talk about how it actually works. In simple terms, machine learning involves feeding data into an algorithm which then learns from the data. The algorithm identifies patterns and uses them to make predictions or decisions. Here's an example. So, let's say you want to create a machine learning model that predicts house prices based on features like square footage, location, and number of bedrooms. You would start by gathering a data set of house sales, including the features and the actual prices. The algorithm then learns from this data to predict the price of a house with similar features. So then the question arises, what are algorithms? So algorithms are the brain behind machine learning. At the core of machine learning are algorithms, which are nothing but the instructions the machine follows to learn from the data. Now there are many different types of machine learning algorithm, each suited to different kinds of problems. Let's talk about them one by one. First is linear regression. Now, this is one of the simplest algorithms and is used when there is a relationship between input and output that can be represented as a straight line. It is used in cases like predicting house price based on square footage. The next is decision trees. Now, these are used for classification problems. They work by splitting data into different branches based on features, like a series of yes or no questions that lead to a decision. Then you have neural networks. Now, these are inspired by the human brain and are used for more complex tasks like image and speech recognition. They consist of layers of interconnected nodes or neurons that work together to process information. Now, let's talk about applications of machine learning. So, see, machine learning is used in countless industries and its applications are vast. Here are just a few examples. First is healthcare. Now, machine learning is helping doctors diagnose diseases more accurately by analyzing medical images or predicting the likelihood of a patient developing certain conditions. Then you have marketing. So, marketers use machine learning to personalize content and ads for users based on their browsing habits and preferences. This helps companies target the right audience at the right time. Then you have finance. Now, financial institutions use machine learning to detect fraudulent transactions by analyzing patterns in spending behavior. Then we have self driving cars. Now, self driving cars use machine learning to process data from sensors and make decisions about how to navigate the road safely. Now, the question that comes to our mind is, why does machine learning matter? Well, it's because machine learning is the backbone of AI, and it allows machines to improve and adapt over time without human intervention. Now, this is a huge leap from traditional programming where every possible situation has to be accounted for by the programmer. With machine learning, algorithms can handle complex tasks, analyze vast amounts of data, and make decisions quickly and accurately. So, the final question, why you should care about machine learning? See, as we continue to rely on AI in our daily lives, understanding machine learning becomes more important. So, whether you are in marketing, healthcare, finance, or any other industry, machine learning has the potential to revolutionize how we work and make decisions. By grasping the basics of machine learning, you will be better equipped to understand and leverage AI to your advantage. See, the future is bright for machine learning, and by diving into these concepts now, you are setting yourself up to be part of an exciting technological revolution. Keep learning, stay curious, and who knows, the next big AI breakthrough could be just around the corner and you will be ready for it.